Hi, I'm Liz Tuckwell. I'm a writer of science fiction and fantasy stories. I'm here today to support Stop Hate UK and to celebrate their 25th anniversary. Stop Hate UK is an anti-hate crime organisation who works to prevent hate crime and to support victims of hate crime. I hope you consider donating to them. Their website is www.stophateuk.org. The details will be down below as well. The story I'm going to read to you today is The Boom Show. I chose this story because I feel it shows the implications of what happens when part of a society is not shown any respect or compassion by the rest. I hope you enjoy the story. Here goes. The Boom Show by Liz Tuckwell. I walk, legs like ironing boards, along the catwalk onto the stage. I'm really going through with this. The quiz show host, Max Perry, turns to me as I blink against the bright lights of the lamps. And here's contestant number 6, he purrs into the microphone. The crowd bay their approval. They're pressed up against the perspex fence that separates them from the contestants, the TV crew and the bunker. From my viewpoint on stage, I can see the tiny group of protesters at the back with their huge LED Respect Your Elders badges flashing away. You'd never know they were there if you were watching the show at home. As if their protests ever did any good. What's your name, sir? The audience likes it when Max shows deference. Close up, Max's skin is very taut and smooth, not one line or wrinkle on his face, and his saffron, luxuriant hair is suspiciously even. George Appleby. And where are you from, George? South London Stacks. So, not too long a journey then to Teddington. Max smiles, the complacent smile of someone who lives and works in one of the more exclusive areas of London. No, not too long. But scary. Walking to the station in the early morning, ever watchful for lurking predators, conscious that running away is no longer an option with my arthritic knees, and annoying, having to show my O card and ID card at every interchange to prove my right to travel on public transport, and humiliating, having a full body search and mandatory shower once I'd managed to enter the hallowed enclosure of the studios. Are you feeling lucky, George? I've rehearsed for this. The fucking wishbone has been in the right hand pocket of my jacket ever since my last supper. Feeling the smooth frigidity of my fingers, I fight the urge to snap it. I pull the wishbone out of my pocket and brandish it for the crowd and the TV camera's benefit. I sure do, Mr. Perry. I've got my lucky wishbone, see? It's a nice touch me calling him Mr. Perry. Shows I have old-fashioned values. Call me Max, please. So, it was roast chicken for your last supper, eh? Max smirks. May I pull it with you, George? Of course. I wonder what he would have done if I'd refused, and tossed the wishbone aside. I fantasise about shoving it up Max somewhere the sun doesn't shine. Now that would have been a novelty for the audience. We each pull on one tip of the wishbone. Max's hand looks very pink and plump compared to my thin, bloom-veined hand. The wishbone splits and I keep the larger half. I admire Max's skill in ensuring that it happened that way. Of course, he practices every time someone chooses roast chicken for their last supper. What's your wish, George? A wink. I've been told the crowd and the audience watching at home like winks. Now that would be telling Max. The crowd roars. See? I'm not senile. I can remember that I've been told to call him Max. I would be a worthy winner, deserving a luxury lifestyle and all the medicine money could buy. Well, I think we can all guess, George. Max turns to the crowd. Right, guys? There's an even louder roar of approval. OK, George, time to get into your jacket and go to your seat. And George, stay lucky. That's Max's catchphrase. I'll be lucky, all right. I have my wishbone. What a plucky contestant I am. I wave it about to cheers from the audience and then do my best to walk briskly over to the waiting assistants. A young, smiling woman helps me into the bomb jacket. The back has number 6, sponsored by Time Warner Virgin, emblazoned in massive big letters on it. The front has a nice big red button. Easier for elderly, less agile fingers to press. She's a pretty thing with glossy ebony hair and sparkling brown eyes. I know what Emmy would have said to her. Are you proud of the way you make a living? How we had despised the Boom Show in the comfortable years. But Emmy is dead and gone, the victim of teenage muggers on the lookout for elderly, therefore easy, prey in the stacks. As Max introduces the rest of the contestants, I imagine slamming the button on my jacket and stopping the murderous charade at once. I wonder why the quiz show gives contestants the opportunity to kill themselves during the show. They must be gambling. We're so desperate to win, we'd never think of blowing ourselves up. The producers made a mistake with me though, despite the careful screening process. They thought they had the perfect boom show contestant with the sad story of my dead wife and me with only months to live. Then it occurs to me with a sickening lurch. Perhaps they aren't taking a chance. If I press the big red button, would it blow me to smithereens? Or would I be left looking like an idiot, vainly punching the button while security guards rush to take me away? An ear-splitting cheer erupts and alerts me it's time for the show to start. Contestants to your stands, please. We stand up and shuffle to our places. Except number 12, an Asian woman with a neat grey bun, looking very colourful in her red sari under her yellow bomb jacket, who wheels herself to a specially lowered stand. Asians don't love their elders more than anyone else. That's a myth. A single red rose lies across her lap. What's so lucky about a red rose? Now, we all know the rules, but just for you old-timers, I'll repeat it again. We'll call 2 contestants. I will read a question out. Whoever presses the buzzer first and says the correct answer wins. Max flashes a smile at the camera. The loser will be eliminated from the round. He or she will then go to the bunker. Max looks appropriately grave. The game continues until there's only one person left. Tonight's winner. Any questions? There are no questions. Everyone, contestants and audience alike, has seen the boom show hundreds of times before. Stay lucky. This is a perfect moment. My finger hovers over the button and then falls to my side. Why not wait to see how it goes? If I lose, I can always try it then and see if it works. They call numbers 2 and 3. Who was the last female monarch of Great Britain who reigned in her own right? Number 2 is too slow. 3 answers the question, pounding the button on the stand with his fat balloon-like hand. Queen Elizabeth II, he shouts. Correct, Harry. You remain in the game. Coral, I'm afraid you've lost and must go to the bunker. 2, a black woman with hair so white and fluffy it makes me think she has 1,000 dandelions planted on her head. Says nothing. Her shoulders droop. She walks off the stage and starts down the long gangway on the left that leads to the heavy metal doors of the bunker. 2 large armed guards escort her, supposedly a guard of honour. There is silence as the doors automatically open and swallow her up. A few moments later, a faint boom sounds from inside the bunker. We've all signed documents saying we would kill ourselves if we lose. That makes the show legal. Only now does it occur to me that perhaps, once behind the gates, your death might not be so voluntary. 11 to go. On with the game, Max says, has replaced a momentary serious look with a big grin on his face. By the time my turn comes, there are 5 contestants left. They've had 2 commercial breaks to raise the tension. I stand looking at Max. My legs ache. Rivulets of sweat run down my chest and my hands are clammy. My finger rests on the button. Where's the Hudson River? My finger jabs the button, but I'm too late. Number 7's got there first. North America, 7 trumpets. A very tall, thin man with a fringe of curly grey hair around his pate and a monster moustache. Could you be more precise? Canada. I'm afraid that's wrong, Ray. George, can you answer? USA, I croak. What's that, George? Loud and clear, please. The USA, I repeat in a stronger voice. That's right. Max seems like, Ray, you gave the wrong answer. George answered correctly, so George wins this round. His voice pitch drops a little. Ray, I'm afraid you must go to the bunker. Ray glares at me and then stomps off the stage onto the gangway, bumping into a guard and tripping as he does so. Both guards grab him by the arms to steady him, but then keep their grip on him all the way to the bunker's doors. That so easily could have been me. My stomach hurts as if someone's punched me in the gut. I'm no martyr. I don't want to die. I want to win. I thought there was nothing left to live with my Emmy gone and my terminal illness, but the threat of death has shown me that being able to breathe and think is enough. I'd be happy to settle for the hand-to-mouth existence I endure in the stacks. 4 left. Yet another commercial break. The producer allows us to rest in our chairs for 10 minutes. I scrutinise my opponents with more interest now. Number 12, the woman in the wheelchair is smiling. Number 9 is another tiny woman with a wizened face. She looks to be the eldest of the group. She seems worried, despite her splendid performance. Number 11 is a very good-looking older man with a full head of hair. Number 11 is a very good-looking older man with a full head of wavy silver hair. He oozes confidence. I'm sure the rumours are true. They handpick which contestants survive the longest. It's no coincidence they haven't called me until late on. I wonder why I'm a favourite. Perhaps my sad story. My brief chat with Max earlier had helped. It doesn't matter why. Now, if I keep my nerve, I could win. I must be quicker. I can't rely on another contestant making a mistake again. They call 9-11. 9 loses and stumbles off weeping. This time, it really seems like the guards are helping her to keep upright while walking down the gangway to the bunker. Another faint boom sounds. Only 3 to go. The smell of gunpowder increases in intensity after every round. Number 6. That's good. 11 should be a little more worn out from the previous round. I look at him. The bastard just looks elated from his previous win. Not sorry at all about poor 9. Okay, contestants, fingers poised. What is the largest land mammal? My finger hits the blue button hard, a fraction of a second before 11's does. Elephant, we both chorus. Max listens to his headpiece. I'm sure I hit the button first, but will they agree? I want to scream, me! I was first, me! But I stop myself. It might sway them to pick 11. At last, Max speaks. Okay, it's confirmed. George just beat Kelvin to the button. So George is the winner. Kelvin, I'm afraid it's now your turn to go to the bunker. Kelvin's face crumples and he sags, his self-confidence leaking out of him like a pricked balloon, slowly losing its helium. I should feel sorry for him, but I'm so relieved I can't spare any pity from my fallen adversary. Moments later, a distant noise comes from inside the bunker. 2 left. Number 12 and me. I give her a quick glance. I don't like her composure. She should be scared or worried or pleased, but her face betrays no emotion. Her hands rest on her lap with never a twitch or a tremble. Another bloody commercial break. Some of the audience chant, George, but others shout, Uma! Vultures, ghouls. This is the modern day equivalent of a hanging, and don't the crowd enjoy it. I could still blow myself up. I'm so close to winning, I can almost taste the champagne. Welcome back to the Boom Show, the most popular quiz show in Britain, Max says into his microphone. I lever myself off my chair and limp to the stand. I'm tired. All this pressure is getting to me. Only 1 more to go. Right, George and Uma, this round will decide tonight's winner, so listen carefully to the question. Bastard. As if we don't know this is the final and one of us is only minutes away from death. Who won the 2018 World Cup? They've decided I'll win, I think with joy as my finger hammers the button. A vision of last week's grinning winner appears to me. He'd been in a wheelchair. They can't allow a disabled person to win 2 weeks in a row. It would expose the fact that the show is rigged. Brazil, I yell. Absolutely correct, George. Marks crows before putting a solemn expression on his plastic face as he turns to 12. I'm afraid, Uma. She cuts across him. I know, Max. It's my turn for the bunker. Congratulations, George. She smiles at me. My pleasure evaporates. Cow! How can she smile at me like that when she knows she's going to her death? An impulse comes to me to cry out, I don't want to win. Let Uma have it instead. But the icy suspicion, Tuckwell said exactly that to make me feel guilty and give up the prize, stops me. No fucking chance. I've endured the Boom Show and won, and I damn well deserve a life of ease and luxury for the rest of my months. A guard wheels away 12. Shortly afterwards I hear the last faint bang of the evening. 1 left, me. I've won. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the story. If If you want to hear more of my works, my website is www.tuckwell.co.uk, and I hope you consider supporting Stop Hate UK. Thank you.